Hello everyone and welcome once again to a fresh episode of Complete Football Today. My name is Tunde Koiki, and on this program we take those major international issues and thrash it out so that you can have a better, deeper understanding of what has gone down. With me in the studio as always is the ebullient, very forceful, very opinionated Qasim. Elegbede. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tunde. Good
afternoon. I don't know why. What part of everything have I said that is wrong?
Well, I'm very happy as a Liverpool fan. As a long-suffering Liverpool fan.
Okay. Beside him is another very, very cerebral gentleman. Also writes for iSoccer, one of the editors of iSoccer, Kayode Ogundare. Thank you so much for joining us as well.
Thank you for having me.
I know both of you don't get along too well on the pitch. I'm so sorry about the fact that Liverpool happened to do one over Manchester United last week. It's just one of those. He says it's about time.
It's about time.
But he has bragging rights. Throughout last season, Liverpool didn't manage to do a single one over Man.
Last season is history, you know. Okay. Current leaders. Current leaders. I'm making a very big
for 2 weeks. I mean, that's for 3 weeks. That will be 30th season.
For 2 weeks. But I'm sure, if you remember the last 5 seasons, this time of the season, United will be like 9 points, Liverpool will be like 2 points. You know, struggling with the relegation candidates. So we have reversed the trend. Long may it continue.
Now let me congratulate you. That is the best start to a Premier League or even English League season ever by Liverpool.
Yes.
3 straight wins, no goals conceded ever. Even during the time of Kenny Dalglish and the other greats, they've never had it so good. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Meanwhile,
I think it's too premature to congratulate him anyway. It's too premature.
We'll see.
It's congratulating on the start. A brilliant start.
Meanwhile, let's talk about international football. The summer transfer window slammed shut on Monday, 11 p.m. Major moves. Let's start with the Nigerians involved. Victor Anichebe finally leaving Everton after God knows how long. Osaze Odenwege finally ending his nightmare at West Bromwich Albion. And also a certain Joel Obi also going on loan from Inter Milan to Parma. And also Victor Moses moving on loan from Chelsea to Liverpool. Let's start with you, Kayode. What do you make of these moves, particularly Victor Moses? A lot of people have said, for some reason, Jose Mourinho does not believe enough in Victor Moses. Is this the truth?
I think it's 100% correct. And when you have a manager who doesn't have that kind of trust, the best you can do is to be used as part of the training materials. You get dumped on the bench over and over again, and you begin to lose your edge. So once you get called up, maybe once in a blue moon, the sharpness is no longer there, and people will come at you, add on you that, oh, the guy has lost his edge, he has lost his sharpness, and it now bounces back on you. It reflects badly on your career. I think it's a very, very good move for Moses and for both clubs too. Liverpool needs his kind of player.
Okay.
And for me, I think it's one of the best deals Liverpool have made in the summer.
Really?
Yes.
Despite the fact that they paid £1 million as a loan fee. But let's go back to the Chelsea angle again. Are you saying that maybe Moses shouldn't have even sought out an outright transfer? Because looking at Chelsea now, they have a plethora of possible players in his position. There's Oscar, there's Mata, there's Andrea Schürrle as well, and Hazard. There are so many people, and he seems to have fallen way down below the pecking order. Shouldn't he just look for an outright move?
Yeah, but you never say never. You never can tell. In the next 6 months,
there's also a Christian Atsu that they bought that they loaned to Vitesse Arnhem.
Yeah, you never say never. It depends on his form and the kind of playing time he's going to get in Liverpool. For me, one thing that's going to define his career now, he's going to get as much playing time as he can make use of at Liverpool. It now depends on him grabbing the opportunity with both hands, and when he gets onto the pitch, like we've seen Liverpool, like he said, they've been on a roll now, 3 wins out of 3, and I know what he can do.
You have a smile when you are saying that.
Yeah. I put it down. At least while it lasted, let them continue to back in the euphoria. So for me, we all know what Moses can bring to a team on a good day, and we're not saying this because he's a Nigerian. We know his qualities, although unfortunately he has a manager in Chelsea who doesn't agree with what we see in him, and because he's the manager, he calls the shot, you cannot argue with him. So the guy has done the next best thing for his career. He has moved away So whether he should make it a permanent deal, let's see what happens between December and January. If he continues to get the kind of playing time he deserves and he's doing well, because that's very, very key.
Yeah.
He has to be doing well. Then it's now a toss-up between if Liverpool wants to keep him on a permanent or Chelsea wants him back. But we have to see him first in the colours of Liverpool.
Okay, Qasım Odenwege finally moving to Cardiff City after his forgettable experience in West Bromwich Albion. At the age of 32, does he still have anything to prove? Or is just going to be a bit part player or a major part in Cardiff's season?
Considering the club he has moved to, I don't think he's going to be a bit part player. I think he's going to be a major player for them. Don't forget that Osaze is an international and is vastly experienced in the Premier League.
And other leagues as well.
And other leagues as well. And so this bodes well for him and Nigeria especially, because, I mean, some people who have been clamoring for him to be restated back into the Super Eagles, this is a very good opportunity. Let him go to Cardiff and then play very well. Then he will get his place back in the Super Eagles, and this is a World Cup year. So I think it's a win-win situation for Nigeria. If it does well, he comes back into the national team. If it doesn't do well, fine. We have players who are doing well in his absence.
Well, but what about Joel Obi? He has had a very, very bad time with injuries. Some people have said maybe the boy should just retire and just, well, it happens. Maybe he should just retire and, think of maybe going back to school or taking up a business,
Some players could be very, very unfortunate with injuries, especially at the early stages of their career. I remember Steven Gerrard very well. Every 3-4 months, then he had this issue with the back. I'm sorry to cut you short. Even Arsenal's Yaya Sanogo had so many problems with injuries. He almost retired at a point and went to work at his local post office. So it depends on how you are able to manage the situation. If Jeremy manages the situation very well and is lucky with this injury stuff we're talking about at Parma, he will do well. Look at Van Persie, for example. This is a player that, only last season he didn't have injury. Okay, so 2 seasons in a row now. Yes, 2 seasons in a row. And 2 seasons. So you can't say because somebody has recurrence of injuries, then you just write him off. No, Joel Obi is a very, very good player, and I'm happy as well because if he had stayed at Inter, his playing time would have been very, very reduced. But he has gone to a place now where he should be playing regularly. So, like Osaze, like Moses, and even like Anishebe, we have another player who has the chance of playing more than he was playing at his previous club. Victor Anichebe making a move finally from Everton at the age of 25. West Brom replacing one Nigerian with another one. People are saying, well, and I must agree, that why did he wait so long to make this move? He was obviously not getting enough playing time at Everton. Yes, he had problems with injuries, but even when he was fit, he was never really first choice with David Moyes, and obviously he was never first choice with Roberto Martinez. But can he reignite his career at West Brom?
Like we've been saying all through the program, we still have to wait and see. But for me, West Brom presents a fresh challenge to him now. He came through the ranks at Everton. He had players who he looked up to going up in the youth teams. So obviously those players had the first score on from the coach, from the manager. Now he's been to West Brom. It's a new ball game entirely. So we have to wait and see how he takes up the challenge. But for me, like I said, injury permitting, if he's not injured on a good day, he's the kind of player who has everything it takes to succeed in the Premier League. But
replacing one Nigerian with another one, maybe I was thinking that maybe Steve Clark might be tired of Nigerians after the wahala that Osaze was putting up.
We can only pray that he doesn't go the way of Osaze. Because Osaze at West Brom was bad news. Both for the club, for the fans, and for the country of Nigeria.
You see, there are two different individuals. Qasim, Anichebe, what we know about him, he's level-headed, he's a gentleman to the core, and he's very, very young. Okay, so, and again, when you look at West Brom and Lukaku last season, so it's like Steve Clark is looking for a Lukaku replacement. Okay, so it's not like Osaze. Okay, so and Anichebe, we know what he could do. This guy is big, he strong, works very hard. So I foresee a successful loan stint at West Brom.
Okay, let's go to the part a lot of people want to listen to, and I'm starting with Manchester United. Their moves in the transfer window this season. Wait. According to a friend of mine, he said after watching Manchester United's display against Chelsea and Liverpool, that he's concluding that that must be a team of people from Elegbede, because according to him, only Elegbede. But they only bought Marouane Fellaini, bought Varela, a defender who they've also loaned out as well, and a 17-year-old unknown Serbian from FC Zurich. Not the kind of moves you expect Manchester United to make in the transfer window.
Today, I think the problem with Manchester United at this
say lower money.
No. The problem with Manchester United at this stage is naivety on the part of the coach who is making a step up. Yes.
Wait, look, he's a Premiership manager.
No, he's making a step.
He has bought players before.
Okay. From a modest club, he has not been given a transfer budget that he could only dream about.
So if money no be problem, so why?
Sometimes when you are faced with that kind of huge budget, you get scared. One, two. Then Edward Ward coming in as the
new CEO.
They are both new to this game.
Okay.
At this level. So you could take the case of Herrera, the transfer of Herrera that they bungled, for example. On a good day, when the deal was there, when
Fergie was around in their days, those things they worked together and everything worked like clockwork for United. Now we are second best at any player we want to look at now. And for me, I think they can only learn as time goes on and get better. And we are now looking towards the January transfer. Although, like I usually say, the January transfer is always a seller's market. When you get players at a premium, not actually for what they are usually overrated.
Speaking of premiums, you guys actually paid over. You paid 4 million more than.
And that's the naivety I was talking about. You could have activated the buyout
clause, Fellaini's contract, but you waited until that clause elapsed. We now pay top dollar for the same player.
Hold on.
So let's still stay with your Manchester United now. Is Fellaini what you need now?
Yes.
Will he answer all your problems?
No one player can. No one.
Will he save problems?
No. Today, let's be pragmatic. No one player is the answer to any club's problem.
Okay.
What we only hope is that he can plug a hole in United's midfield, and that for me, Fellaini is a player after my heart. Don't forget, Fergie also tried to sign him because of the kind of player he is. And because this guy brought him, Moyes is bringing him in now, although the way he did it is so tardy, so unwieldy that it leaves a sour taste in the mouth. But for me, it's a massive signing for United, and it's the kind of player that could plug that hole in our midfield. And I think we're going to see the best of Fellaini in United, even more than we saw of him in Everton.
Qasim, Arsenal. The unbelievable part of this transfer window has to be the fact that Arsenal spent
42.5 million pounds.
That's about 200.
Check whether it was not Arsenal is around you of Argentina that was spending this money.
Honestly, it was a big surprise, but I think it says everything.
Wait, on Mesut Ozil.
Mesut Ozil, yes.
So let me finish my own question.
Okay.
Was that what they needed? Is that the missing piece of the jigsaw? A lot of people have said Arsenal has problems. Was Ozil's purchase the answer to those problems?
Honestly, I think not. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because yes, Arsenal, they have quality. There is no denying that. What they lack really is number.
Okay.
And because you are involved in 4 tournaments and you lost 14 players and only to bring in 3. Ozil made it 3. And then you look at Ozil's position. Okay. You have Cazorla there, you have a wheelchair, you have a Rosicky, you have a Ramsey. Okay, fine. They might not be of they might not be of Ozil's class, but you don't have to get a Lionel Messi, 11 Lionel Messi to play good football. Okay, so I wouldn't understand why Arsenal, with the problem they have up front, where Giroud, who is on top form now, has been crying for a partner. Okay, where there is obvious gulf in the defense, central left back or right back, or even the goalkeeping department. Okay, so why not?
No, they signed Emiliano Viviano.
That was on the final day too. Now, yes. So why not plug all these holes? Why go for a Mesut Ozil? And why pay such huge amount of money on him? That's why I say they lack numbers, not qualities. So if you lack numbers, the amount of money they spent on Ozil, I'm sure half of that money will get them like 4 or 5 Excuse me.
Let's be candid. Now they abuse this man saying no, they spend money before.
Yes, that doesn't mean you should spend unwisely.
Okay.
As far as Ozil's case is concerned, Arsenal and Arsene Wenger have spent unwisely. I wouldn't know whether they just decided to play to gallery. For kind of loud, that huge sum is too much to be invested on a player like Ozil. And they're talking about Arsenal. That is not the kind of player they need right now.
Okay. Manchester City, they bought different types of players, strikers, wingers, central midfielders. Do they look good enough to maintain their position in the top 4 or possibly win the league?
Yeah, like let's use the Arsenal example now in looking at Man City. The problem with Man City was not about quality now.
Yeah. They have the quality, they have the numbers to everything. It's not about fashioning a winning formula from the available materials that you have. That's the problem Pellegrini has now. And that, going forward for me, he's going to learn on the job.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
He's a man that has coached Real Madrid before.
Yeah, the Real Madrid
Premier League. Real Madrid is Spain. Premier League is unique.
Yeah, we're talking about the Premier League.
For the atmosphere, yes. For the kind of passion, the way they play. I mean, you had Mourinho say after the Super Cup the other time that a referee in England will not award a card. That may not be correct entirely, but it tells you something about the Premier League.
People argue that football is a universal language.
No. No. Okay, to stretch your argument now, what are they playing in England that they cannot play in the Nigerian League?
Finally, England come to Liverpool, they bought, some will say they bought numbers but not quality. Do you agree?
I totally disagree. Yes, we have quality.
Mamadou Sakho, Thiago Ilori,
Sakho,
who is also of Nigerian descent, Thiago Abiola Ilori.
There's also Alice Sissoko who's out for 6 weeks as well. Iago Aspas, Luis
Alberto. You just flooded the team with people.
You see, Liverpool's focus since Fenway Group took over that club, Liverpool's focus has always been future, and that reflects in the quality and the ages of the players they've got so far. They've invested so much on youth. Okay, they are not looking to win the league this season or even next season, for example, but they want a situation whereby in the next 3, 4, 5 seasons they will be up there. Okay, and that is why they have invested so much on those guys.
So Kayode, you can rest easy.
It doesn't matter. Nobody expected the Super Eagles. Nobody expected the Super Eagles were going to win the Nations Cup in February. So it's like for me, Super Eagles won the Nations Cup like 2 years.
Winning the league or you're not winning the league.
Nobody can say that. It's too early to say who's going to win the league.
Let me continue. You know the good thing about this Liverpool team is, my opinion anyway, is the results, the kind of results they are getting can only work well for their self-confidence.
Yes, because the more they get these good results, the more confident
they get used to winning.
They get used to winning. But if they are started on the wrong foot, then like last season, like last season, for example, there's this buzz about them now that we can do anything. We've beaten United. If it is Anfield, we can take on any team and beat them. So for me, I think it's good for the league. I don't want to see a league. And that's the argument. That's the problem I have with that league. I don't want it.
Too obviously, when you know who's going to win by September, I want the league where as late as March, April, you still have 4 or 5 teams contesting. And for me, I think if Tottenham comes to the party, we have Liverpool continue the way they are doing now. We have like 4 or 5 teams that are truly in with a chance of winning the league. And for me, that's what makes the EPL truly special.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for everything you said. Super fantastic analysis from both of you. Thank you once again for coming through.
Remember, you can get your major, hot, fresh sporting gist, especially on football, from iSoccer, International Soccer, that is edited by these 2 fine gentlemen. And you can also get more on your very, well-known Complete Sports.
My name is Tunde Koiki. Join us again next week.